Hi, I hope I'm going live. It seems like the phone says I'm going live. So since this is my first time trying live at the Wu Healing group, so hopefully things, let me see. Try another way of going live during your broadcast. 1 second, see if I can see somebody. Oh, great. Hi, IJ. Thank you. So it seems like everything's going well. Okay, so let's get started. So hello, everyone. Hope you have a safe commute if you had to go somewhere. Hi, AJ. Today, before I start, I have to apologize to people who watch live because I usually what I wanted to is to have an hour session from 9:30 to 10:30. However, because of the snow today, my daughter's school has a 2-hour delay of start. So instead of 8:30, they're gonna start at 10:30. So I have to probably have to finish around 10 and then bring my daughter to school. So today, my originally plan is I was going to teach this 6 words breathing methods, and also if we have time, we're going to learn together the Tao Te Ching chapter 1. So now we might leave the Tao Te Ching chapter 1 to next week, and then so today we're going to focus on this 6 words breathing methods. So before I start to tell you about this methods, I want to say that so this method is one of the many Taoist Gong Fa that has been passed down in China for many years. So I would like to, in future courses, to teach you more Kung Fa. So I want to give you a little introduction about Kung Fa. So the word Gong Fa is so actually 2 characters, 2 Chinese characters. The first one is Gong. Gong you actually is familiar because everybody have heard about Gong Fu. Gong Fu. Gong Fu, the Gong in Gong Fu is the same Gong. And also you know Qi Gong, so that's also Qi Gong. The Gong in Qi Gong is the same Gong as Gong Fa. So what does Gong Fa mean? So Fa means a method. So Gong Fa usually means a way, a method that's if you practice is going to help you both physically, and also often the Taoist monks use it, certain Gong Fa that's also help them spiritually be able to reach up to a higher level. And a lot of the Gong Fa, because our body and our mind, our spirits are all one, so a lot of the Gong Fa are good for all 3. And so over time, and some of the Gong Fa has be promoted by Taoist monks and then people who practice Taoism, and then spreads out into becoming kind of like Tai Chi and Qi Gong, becoming a common way for people to practice to improve your health, improve your well-being. Also, Gong Fa is like Gong Fu. Chinese has a saying says, 只要功夫深，铁杆磨成针. Means that as long as you put in the time, you put in the work, you can even turn a big iron rod into a needle. So if you work hard enough, that also tells you that like anything, like Tai Chi, like Qi Gong, any Gong Fa, it's not a quick fix. You can't just practice once and you be like, okay, all set and you're done. So this is something that you want to continually practice, and then you will be able to see you improve step by step. So this is something we want to at least I will be in a Wu Healing group every Thursday from 9:30 to 10:30. We'll practice together. And it's actually, I'm very happy about this opportunity that Ming offers me, because this is a way that kind of gets me to practice. Because when I was practicing continually, I was really enjoying the benefit, and I can definitely see it was very helpful for me. But then sometimes I just kind of got lazy and things get busy. So I really enjoy. I hope that you will also join me and we'll do it together. Okay, so now let's start. I want to give you a little introduction about this 6 words breathing methods. I translated to 6 words breathing methods. In Chinese, it's called 六字吐纳法. 六 is 6. 字 is the Chinese, in Chinese means word or a character. Each word in Chinese is a character. Even though the name is 六字, so what it actually is the 6 words each has certainly a sound. So it's using these 6 sounds that connects with breathing. So 吐纳 in Chinese, 吐 means breathe out, and na means breathing in. So it's the 6 sounds connects with breathing. So this method. Also, breathing is very important. Like how you breathe, you will see that you have a lot of the Taoism Gong Fa, maybe Qi Gong, and even Tai, everything that when you practice it to a certain level, and you want to incorporate breathing, so that will help you to move the Qi, or getting the fresh, healthy Qi into your body and breathe out the stale Qi. So it's a 6 sound. So for me, I see it as it's a kind of like sound therapy. So by using these 6 sounds each, later on I'll show you, each correspond with an organ in our body. So my understanding is when you do it, these 6 sounds, each, it causes, as you practice, you'll see it causes a vibration in your body. And each vibration, the frequency is probably correspond with the different frequency of your organ. So this is a way to detox your organ. Because when we do exercise, if you want to exercise your arm, we have ways to do it. If you want to exercise your leg. However, it's like how do you exercise your inner organ? How will you detox your inner organ? So this is it's an easy, simple way, and it's not strenuous. You'll see a way that if you practice over time, it will like very good method to detox your organ. So I want to tell you a little bit about the person that actually invented this method. At least that's a Chinese belief, at least in record. So he is the person that at least the earliest for putting this method in writing. So this person's name is Tao Zhongjing. So his last name is Tao. So family name is Tao, and given name is Zhongjing. So he lived about 1500 years ago in the Chinese, it's called the Northern and Southern dynasties. And he was actually a very accomplished person. He's a writer, an author. He's a traditional Chinese medicine doctor. He is also a calligrapher. He's also a musician, alchemist, and astronomer. So some people call him like the Chinese Da Vinci. So he was very accomplished, and to the level that the emperors at those times, more than one, actually hired him as the tutor for the princess. So in old times in China, that is a very highly respected position. It will be considered only the most knowledgeable, and people with high virtue will be able to hired as a teacher or tutor for the princess, because you're teaching the future emperors. However, I think that even though he was very accomplished and has holds this high position in court, but his heart, his interest still is in the Taoism practice. So later he ended up quitting his job, and he kind of retreat to a mountain and practiced Taoism and taught students. And this method was, like I said, her earliest was written down by him, but later on through time has been used by many monks and other traditional Chinese medicine doctors to promote this methods, because as they practice themselves, they really see this as something that everybody could benefit from. So when it went down, passing down to the Tang Dynasty, which is about also a little over 1,000 years ago, and by this very renowned traditional Chinese medicine doctor, Sun Simiao. So pretty much every Chinese have heard of him. He was considered as the king of medicine. So he further developed this method, and he even wrote a poem, a song that corresponding all of these sounds with season. So the song, the name is called Wei Sheng Ge. Wei is protect, Sheng is your life. So it's like this, practice this to protect your life. Okay, so this is a little introduction for the background about this method. So it's only because this is the first class. So I want to give you a little introduction to let you know where this the lineage for this. So in the future classes, we're just gonna focus on the specific method itself. So these, sorry, I'm just grabbing my notes. So I want to show you first these 6 sounds, and then I'll show you how to practice them. So this first one, I apologize since I have the camera towards myself. I don't know if you'll see this actually backwards. So the first one is the sound that corresponds with kidney. Kidney, the sound is chui, chui. So chui, that's the sound. Okay. So we also have a sound that will help us detox our heart. So the heart, the sound that corresponds with the heart is he, he, he. The next one is spleen. Spleen, the sound that goes with spleen is hu, hu, hu. And the next one is our lung. So to detox our lung, so the sound is s, 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 s. Okay, so and then we have one for our liver. Liver, in Chinese pinyin, pinyin is the Chinese way to label the sound for a word. It's XU. It's sh, sh. I mean, I know in English there is not a sound that corresponds with X. Sorry, so I don't really know what's the best way to label the sound, but don't worry about it. We'll be doing this again and again together, so you get this down. So it's a sh, sh. It's sh, sh, sh. Okay, so the last one, it corresponds to the triple burner channel. that's a channel in traditional Chinese medicine. So there's not really an organ or a tissue parts that specifically correspond with this. And people believe that this is more, has something to do with both the endocrine systems. So this also for the lymphatic system. So it's in Chinese called 三焦. If you learn Chinese medicine, you probably are familiar with this channel. Hi, Andrew, you asking, are these sounds healing for the organs? Yeah, so these sounds are good for like detox your organ. So if you're so usually I've heard other people practice is like if they have low problem with the liver, so when they practice the sound that's corresponding to the liver, I believe it's they could actually feel it in their liver. So over the time, it's going to help to detox these organs. And so that's a very good question. So another way I want to mention is as you practice, and you will see, some people will be like, even they start right away, they will see, they will feel how things are like. For some people, as they can feel their eyes getting a little sore and then end up having tears coming out. And that's actually very good, because that's the way, that's like the toxin are coming out through your tears. And some people cough. For me, I cough. Like, so I apologize if when I show you at some point, if I cough, that's usually when, like, that's my way, my body, that's maybe probably my lung was needing a little detox, so it's coming out. And there's maybe other ways that's whatever, because your body condition. So okay, so these are the 6 words, the 6 sound, and the important part is for this to work. So if you take home one thing today, so this is the thing I want you to take home, is you could not say, for example, for liver, like the sound is xu, xu. However, if you just use your mouth, say xu, there will be no effect. So what you want to do is to have the sound coming from as deep down as possible. If you can have it come from your belly, that's good. If you come even lower, that's good. So what you want to do is to like so you're pronouncing the sound, but it actually comes from lower. So if you're watching now, if you want to do practice a little bit, so instead it's not xu, it's xu. As I do it, I can feel like my qi comes xu. You can see this way, what actually comes is from your body. So the qi is coming out of your body, coming out of your body, coming out of your body. And some people teach it that way. That's like saying, like when you say this sound, be silent. So like don't actually have the sound, but having the movement of making the sound, like, right? For me, I feel like from my experience, I started with that, but then whatever that you feel that coming, whatever way that will be able to come up deep, you'll be able to breathe as much air out of your belly. That's the way. Sometimes I feel like that some sound will come out when I do it. That's fine. It don't have to be silent. But the key point is sound comes from upper deep, like. So I don't know if you can hear it, because this is a bit tricky, because you can't make a big sound, but I want you to be able to hear that. What I found as I practice, so like over time, like my breathing gets much longer. when even during the practice at the beginning, I could feel like my breath is like my breath is this long, but towards the end, I could probably do it like twice as much. So even that, I think would be very good for our health. So let me think about anything else I want to say before I show you how we're gonna do this. No, I think we're good. So, and so now I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna step back a little bit. I apologize because this indoors. Oh, another thing I want to say is the best time to do this is you want to maybe early morning if you can, and when the weather is a little warmer, maybe not today. That's why we're inside. When weather gets better, we'll be going outside. So early morning, when you have the most fresh qi that you can breathe in, and then just after a night of sleep, breathe out all the stale qi in your body. So you do this, it's probably only take you 5-10 minutes. And then whenever you go to work, you start your day, it's just so much more refreshing. I feel when I was like, I'm ready for the day. It's like instead of like this, after I do my practice, it was like, hi, I'm ready. So that's the best time. But you know, if you, let's say in the winter, we can do it indoors. And if you feel like when you have time in the afternoon, that's fine. There's only one condition that I don't recommend. I would warn not to use this exercise is if you're in a place that's the air is not very good. So important thing is that to be able to take in. So because otherwise you breathing in like the bad air, it would not be helping us. So okay, so let's get started. I'm gonna step back a little bit so you could see my whole body. So there is some simple movement that also that will help us with this methods. So I'm gonna step back. So I hope people can see at least my upper body, maybe from my side up. So what you want to do is, if you can, you would like to facing south with your back to north. So facing south as you do this. If you know you don't have a good place facing south, then which is certainly okay. The best is to be able to facing south. So you just want to, by starting position, you just want to stand comfortably. And your toes, you want your toes to be pointing slightly down. So in Chinese Kung Fa, this is also one of the pretty basic things to do is whenever you stand, the toes pointing slightly down. So you feel like you're putting a little bit pressure onto the ground. And in Chinese, it's called 五指. So it means the 指 means the toes. 五指抓地, like grasp the earth. But you're not actually like pushing like really, really hard, grasping it. It's this intention putting down. So if you practice, you could see, if you just kind of stand normally, right? So your toe is slightly lifting up, but by just pushing down a little, grab it. You could feel the two difference. You can feel you're much more stable. So you're having a much more stable pose. So this is build a good foundation. And then just like Tai Chi, probably Ming have taught it, and other teachers you've learned that they probably have mentioned that too. It's very common. And another one is you want to stand up straight, and you just almost feel like, imagine if you're a puppet. And then the puppeteer was holding up your head, just kind of gently pick you up. So in Chinese, it's called 虚提顶进. 虚 one means it's not really there. You imagine it. Another one means it's not like really. You don't want to be like stretching your neck up as much as you can, like really using force. No. 虚 also just means kind of like a slightly, little bit, kind of like you So feel this. It's kind of like I am lifting up, but I'm not really putting force to it. So T means just, somebody is holding something up. And Ding means your top. Jin just means have this kind of intention, have this kind of feeling for it. So you could feel it when you do, when your toes holding down and your head is lifting up. It's as if your spine is a little bit elongated. So it actually gives the space. If everything's pushed down, there's no space for anything, for qi to smoothly flow up. So if you lift up a little and shoulder naturally down, it actually feels it's no force, it's very relaxed. Yeah, in Chinese 站桩 standing pose, you can do like this too. It's very relaxed. Okay, so that's the standing pose. Oh, I'm gonna take this off so I could show you a little more clear. You can see my little clear. So standing naturally. Yep. Toes slightly down, head slightly up. Oh, I gotta sit back a little bit, you could see. So to be able to so this 6 words, as you were seeing, that is all about breathing out. So I've told you this is 吐纳法. So 吐 is out. And to be able to breathe out, you have to breathe air in. So that's the na. So how to do that is we want to, so we're not like the natural breathing, we're actually breathing a lot in at once. So breathing in a lot in quickly and efficiently, and then we slowly breathe out. So to be able to breathe in a lot of the nice qi quickly is how do I say it? If you drink tea in China, people like to drink like very hot tea. So when it's hot, you can see the steam coming out, right? It's pretty hot. You can't really, you don't want to do that. It'll be like really burning. So if you see people drinking, they drink like using this sound. It's like suck it right in. So that's actually people who really drink tea with a tea master. They often drink tea. That's the way they do it, because they drink the steams that are coming out, the qi, that they will be able to take in the essence of the tea, the qi. So it's like not just the liquid. And also as you drink this way, so the water has this qi, or even has a little air that wrapped around it. So it's actually, when you come down, it's not hot. So you drink the hot liquid, but it's not like you're burning your mouth, your throat. So it's like, so I was thinking, how would I describe that? And then I remember another way you think about it is if you are drinking water using a straw. So you do, right? You want to drink really fast. So that's the way. Like, if you practice this, like, it's like you'll be able to grab air, a lot of them quickly into your lung. So that's how we want to breathe in, and then we use the 6 sound to slowly breathe out. Okay, so back. So the movement is your left hand. You want to all your fingers. You want to hold it together, make into this almost like the grabbing a tea bag pose in Tai Chi. Use this. So your left hand is this pose. It's just naturally, you naturally leave it on the side, and then so it's like your hand is, and then your hand curves up 90 degrees. So this is the pose for your left hand. Your right hand, you put it up, your palm up facing the sky. It's almost like a big spoon. So what we're gonna do is we're using this big spoon, which is gonna scoop up all the good qi. We bring it in our body, and then we breathe out the stale qi. That's how we're gonna detox. Okay, so natural slowly, your hand, can you guys see? Yeah, looks like, sorry, it was pretty far from the camera. So you want to start this pose, your hand like this, holding just like big spoon. Start this pose, just naturally down around probably your belly. And then as you step one step forward with your right leg, one step forward, and then we go. So your pose is the right hand, you scoop up the qi, make like a semicircle, and then bring it to your, this is the danzhong xue. So this is the CV17. So you know the middle of your chest. So breathe up here. So like at the meantime you breathe in like, and then at the same time the left foot, your left leg step up. So to be together with your right leg, so parallel with right. So now you have this comfortable standing pose now. So now you already breathe in so you're ready to breathe out. So let's try maybe the liver, xu, so breathe out. As you breathe out, your hand also stretch out, like. So how fast you want this hand to go, depends on how long your breath is. So you want to start here, and when your breath is ending, your hand is here. And sometimes like maybe will not be same. Sometimes you stretch out and you have more, you can breathe out, then you can just stop here. And then the next step is, this time we'll go backwards. So your left leg, so go back a step as you scoop up more qi. And at the same time your right leg go back. So now you're still in the beginning standing pose, and then you do it again. Okay, and then repeating like. Okay, back. Forward. So you want to do at least 6 for each sound. You can do, so we learned 6 sounds with 吹、呼、吸、喝、虚、思. You can do, it's up to you. You can do 吹、呼、吸、喝、虚、思, and then do it again. 吹、呼、吸、喝、虚、思. Also, you could do 6 吹, and then 6 呼, 6 吸, 6 喝, 6 虚, 6 思. You could do this way. It doesn't matter which way, whatever you feel comfortable, easy to remember. And so that as a set. And each time you have time, you could do 2 sets, 3 sets, 4 sets. If you feel good, it's like, if you have time, do as many as you want. But if you don't have time, at least do a set, which is 6 sounds, 6 times for these 6 sounds. So, okay, so it's now just a little past 10. So yeah, so sorry if you come in late. I apologize because the snow, my daughter's school has 2-hour delay of start. So they're actually starting at 10:30. I gotta bring my daughter to school. So today's class, it was be a little short. But down in the future, usually we'll have like an hour long class from 9:30 to 10:30, and we'll be able to today it was just introduction about this methods and this method, and in the future classes we'll be doing it together. So over time you'll remember all of these sounds. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.